Hi, and welcome to Math 138. My name is Brenda Hastings, and I'll be teaching you pre-calculus for the next 14 weeks. Here's a little information about myself. My office is over in Witt Hall on the second floor, room 238. There's my office phone number, which you're welcome to call anytime. But the best way to reach me would be to email me, and you can email me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you want to email me at 4 a.m., you're welcome to do so, but I probably won't respond to you. My office hours are listed here. Office hours are an open door policy. I'll be sitting in my office waiting for you to come, swing by, and ask me any questions that you may have. This is a good opportunity if you're struggling with a homework problem or if there's a little concept that we've gone over in class that you need a little extra help with. Swing on by and we can work a little bit on that. So I'll be sitting in my office Mondays from 12 to 1, Tuesdays from 2 to 2:30, Wednesdays from 12 to 2:30, and Thursdays from 2 to 3. If these office hours don't work for you, but you really need to meet with me in person, then feel free to send me an email and we'll try to set up an appointment. Your required materials for this class, what you need is an access code to WebAssign. I've sent you a couple of emails explaining where you can get this access code. You can purchase it online with the link that I sent you in that email, or you can go to the bookstore and they have little inserts, little cardboard inserts that have an access code on it. You'll also need a calculator for part of the semester for some of your homework problems in your first test. The second test, the third test, and the final exam, you will be given a 4-function calculator to use, and that will be provided to you. You will be responsible to have a calculator for any homework problems that you need, and you will be responsible to have a calculator on the first test. Optional materials, if you would like a hard copy of the textbook, then you, for about another $30 or $40, can purchase a loose leaf copy of all the chapters that we'll cover in this section. And I explained that in the email, so if you have any questions about that, please let me know in class on Friday. I will take attendance every day. Right in the beginning of class, I'll call out your name, see that you're here, and give you a little check mark that you're here. If you are not present at the beginning of class, then you will be marked absent. If you do, however, show up to class and you missed attendance, then you will be responsible to come up and talk to me at the end of class, not during class, but at the end of class, and ask me to change your absent into a tardy. Just note that 3 tardies will equal an absent. Now, you should read over the syllabus yourself and look at what my attendance policy is and what the purpose of coming to class is. I do offer some attendance extra credit, so please be sure to read that in the syllabus and let me know on Friday if you have any questions. Here's my grading policy. Radford does modifiers, pluses and minuses, but they don't offer an A+, so the highest grade you can get is an A. So if you can receive 90 in my class, you'll get an A. An 87 is a B+, an 80 is a B, a 77 is a C+, a 70 is a C, a 67 is a D+, and a 60 is a D. Anything lower than a 60 will be an F. As you can see here, I don't have minus grades, A-, B-, C-, or D-. And the reason for that is because in order to move on to Math 151, which is calculus, you have to have a C or better in this course. And so a 71 would technically be a C-, which would mean you would have to retake pre-calculus all over again in order to take Math 151. So instead, I got rid of the minuses, and if I don't have a C-, then it doesn't make sense to have any of the other minus grades. The breakdown of your grade at the end of the semester, your homework will be 20%. We will have 3 in-class tests that will each be worth 20%, and then your final exam will also be worth 20%. For the most part, this class will be taught a traditional way where you'll come in and I'll lecture at you. I posted some fill-in-the-blank notes for you on D2L, so as you come in, what we'll do is we'll fill in those notes together. Again, the majority of our lectures will be traditional lecture in class. However, sometimes you'll be asked to watch a video, similar to the one that you're watching now, and that video will be a PowerPoint presentation where I explain things, and the video will fill in the blank notes that are posted online. So it'll be very similar to coming to class, except you'll be doing it at home. These videos are no more than 15 minutes in length, and you usually have about 2 days, possibly 3 days to watch the videos and take notes on them. Homework will be using WebAssign. I will explain more about WebAssign when we get set up on Friday. WebAssign is an online program that gives you immediate feedback as to whether or not your answer is correct. For most assignments, you have 100 attempts to get the answer correct. And again, like I said, you have immediate feedback as to whether it's right or wrong. Any assignments that are not complete, either you didn't do them and they haven't been done at all, or you didn't get a 100%, you can request an extension for up to 2 weeks after the original due date, but at a 50% penalty. All extensions are automatically granted, but again, you only have up to 2 weeks after the original due date to get those extensions done, and they are at a 50% penalty. Tests, as I stated earlier, there are 3 tests that will be given in class. The test dates are listed on the last page of this syllabus, so if you want to flip to that, you'll see all the dates that are posted there. If you are going to miss a test for whatever reason, you need to alert me before the test. So before we actually start the test, the day of the test, you need to email me, call me, or somehow alert me that you will not be there. Unexcused absences from a test will likely result in a 0. If you do have an excused absence, you will need written documentation. This includes doctor's notes that specifically say that you cannot attend class due to your illness. It can include funeral paperwork, an obituary, as well as a program from funeral services if you were at a funeral during my test. It can include university administered documents like sporting events or field trips or things like that. There's a range of different things. It could be accident reports, it could be hospital papers, things of that sort. Without written documentation, it will be considered an unexcused absence, which may result in a 0. Cell phones are not permitted during testing, so if you choose to bring a cell phone, it will need to be turned off. Your final exam is cumulative. Your in-class tests are not. We'll learn a third of the material, take a test, learn a third, take a test, learn a third, take a test, and then your final exam will cover the entire semester's worth of material. Your final exam date and time is listed on the syllabus, so please make sure that you note that and let me know if you have questions. Your final exam is not any other day at any other time other than what's listed on the syllabus, and final exams are in our usual classroom. Students with disabilities, if you have a disability, then I ask that you head over to the Center for Accessibility Services on the 3rd floor of Russell Hall and you fill out that proper paperwork. Bring me the paperwork so we can talk about your accommodations. I prefer you bring that paperwork to my office hours so that you and I can have a personal one-on-one conversation about what your accommodations are and how I can meet them. I do not like discussing disabilities and accommodations in front of other students. So please make sure that you get me that paperwork by the end of the 4th week, because that 5th week is when we have our first test. And so if you need things like classroom accommodations, separate testing location, things like that, we need to address that by the 4th week, because the CAS requires you have 7 business days notice about if you're going to take a test there. Please be sure to read the syllabus in its entirety. I covered the main points, but there are several things that I didn't cover, like the attendance extra credit policy, the honor code, tutoring resources. There are tutors available over at the Learning and Assistance Resource Center. They are first come, first served basis, so if you think you'll need a tutor for this class, please head over there. And then the last page has all the dates. It has all your homework due dates on it. It's got your test dates listed as well as your final exam. Please, on Friday, make sure that you bring some sort of an electronic device like a laptop, a smartphone, a tablet, something that has internet access. Bring that with you so I can get you set up on your WebAssign account and you can start doing your homework. Also, if you have an access code, if you've had a chance to purchase one of those, bring that with you. If you do not have an access code, that's okay. I can still get you set up on a free trial. If you have any questions about the syllabus or anything I've talked about today, please feel free to either send me an email or swing by office hours this week, or go ahead and bring your questions with you on Friday. Also on Friday, we will get started right away. Right after we get logged into WebAssign, I will immediately start teaching section 1.2 and 1.3. Those blank notes are posted online, so if you want to print those blank notes to do fill in the blank notes on Friday, that would probably make note-taking a lot easier for you. I look forward to meeting you all on Friday. Take care.